my name is Teacher Carrie, and today we are going to be making a Chinese New Year craft, as Chinese New Year is of course swiftly upon us. Today we are going to make a money envelope, but it will be unlike the traditional money envelope. Today we are going to make a tiger money envelope because, as I'm sure you know, this year is the year of the tiger. So let's go through what supplies you will need for this craft. You don't need many things to make our envelope today, but you will need a pair of scissors, 2 standard pieces of paper in your choice of color. I will be using yellow because we are making a tiger, but if you would like to make, for example, a white tiger or red tiger or any other color of your choice, you may. We will also need either glue, or I'm going to be using some double-sided tape today. And you might like a pencil as well as a marker to draw later. Okay, so to get started on our craft, we're going to first make 2 squares out of our large pieces of paper. Now, the simplest way to make a square is to just take one corner and fold in. Okay, so you do not need to fully compress the line. You do not need to fully fold. We just want to mark the page. And we will do the same thing with the second sheet of paper. Fold in. Again, do not fully squash down the line. Okay, then we're going to use our scissors to cut our squares out. Okay, you can set these scraps aside and just put one of your squares in front of you. So to begin, we're going to take this square and we're going to fold in half. This time you want to fully fold down, open it up, and we will use our scissors to cut down the middle line we just folded. Okay, so now you should have just one rectangle in front of you. You're going to take your rectangle and you're going to take the top 2 corners and fold inward to make a triangle. Okay, so now we have a triangle. And we're then going to take the corners. I'm going to flip it this direction. We're going to take these top 2 corners of the triangle and fold in until we then have a square or diamond shape. And this is going to make, what we're making right now is actually the head of the tiger. So fold those top portions in, and now you have a little diamond. Okay, so at this point, what you want to do is you want the diamond to be facing with these flaps towards you. You're going to take one flap and you're going to fold up. Okay, for this part, we're folding up, and this is going to make the top portion of this is going to actually make your little tiger ear. Okay, so when you do this, you want this line and this line to be like parallel. They're gonna be even with each other. I don't know if you can see that. This line right here is even with the center line, like railroad tracks. And you will have a small corner right here. So we fold that one up, it's about even, and same thing with the other side. We're gonna fold it up to form the other ear. And again, we want the top of these two triangles to be about in line, and we want this line right here to be parallel with the center line here. Okay, so now you can see we have two ears of our tiger, but they're very, very pointy, so we will make them a little bit smaller. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to shape the head. Right now it's this big diamond. We're going to make it like a little bit smaller and a little bit cuter like this. So we're going to take this bottom portion here and we're going to fold to the very center point. Fold up. Okay. Now that's forming like the bottom chin. And then we're gonna take the top part, which is like gonna be the top of the head, and we're gonna fold in a little bit as well. Not quite to the center, but just a little bit. So we fold that top portion in just a little bit to make the top portion of the head a little bit flatter. Okay, so now we have the basic shape of our face. Now we're gonna take these ears and we're gonna fold them down to make them just a little bit cuter. So we're gonna take the top corner of this ear and we will fold in until it touches the main shape here. So just take the top part, fold it inwards until it touches the rest of the head. And we will do the same thing on the other side. Take the top corner, fold it until it touches the rest of the shape of the head. Okay? And you can see the ears are a little bit smaller now. And you can either choose to leave them just like this, or you can take that top portion and fold it just a little bit more to make it just a little bit cuter. So I'm gonna try that. We take the very top corner, fold it a tiny bit in, and do the same thing on the other side. Make a tiny little triangle at the top of the ear. Okay, so now it looks like this. And then with these two sides here, you can see right now we've got like these are the really big chubby cheeks. We're gonna take this and there's two little triangles on either side. We're gonna fold these inward. So fold that one in and fold in the other side. Okay, now we are almost finished with the face. The last thing is we are going to make this little, like the muzzle on the face. And so to do that, we actually take this triangle and we fold around to the front side. Okay. To make the nose, you can see we've got this cute little button nose right here. We're gonna take our triangle and just fold it down on itself. So one more fold to make a small triangle nose. And there you are, you have your cute little tiger face. Now, at this point, you can choose to leave it like this, or I like to use a little bit of my double-sided tape to stick that nose piece down. So take a little bit of tape, and put it right under the muzzle. And you can You can also take a really, really tiny piece of tape to sort of button down the nose. So I'm going to put that right underneath this little nose flap. Okay, and there we have finished with the headpiece of the tiger. We will decorate it in a little bit, so I'm just going to set this to the side for now. And now we need to make the body of the envelope. So at this point, you're going to take that other square paper that we made before, and we are going to simply start the same way by folding in half. This time though, okay, you can see that this is like open. I'm just going to quash down, like press down on just the top a little bit and the bottom a little bit. We do not want that strong folded line in the middle. Okay, so we've got a little bit pushed down on the top, a little push down on the bottom. Then we'll open it back up. And this is just to give us like a guide to see. Now, we have our fold line and our fold line. We'll take one edge and fold inward. Fold inward right to that small little crease you just made. And this time you can go ahead and press down. And then we need to decide how wide we want that envelope. So we're going to use the head of our tiger as our guide. So we're going to line up one side of the ear, the side of the face, with the side of our envelope as such. And then we'll use this, we want this to be in a line, as our guide to fold the next side inward. So we fold in, and we want our envelope to be the same size as the head. So I'm going to lightly fold in and just sort of line that up by putting the head on top. And then once you're pretty sure it's about the same size, you can go ahead and fold a strong crease on your envelope. And we can test if this is the right size by taking our little head where we've got our flap and putting it on top and these little cheek flaps on the side. You want it to be able to fit snugly on your envelope as such. So it looks pretty good to me, so I'm going to leave it like that. And the next thing we need to do is we will fold the top down about 1 centimeter, and we will also fold the bottom up. So let's start at the top. Well, let's actually start at the bottom. We'll start at the bottom, we'll do 1 centimeter, roughly. So about this size. And then the top portion, we're making the top fold of the envelope. So I'm going to make the top portion just a little bit longer. So maybe like 2 centimeters. So take that, fold it down. Okay, so there you go. All right, next we will open this all up. Okay, and so you can see our folded lines here. The next thing we're going to do to make this envelope fit perfectly is we need to cut out the 4 corners here, 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 and here. So you can even mark them here, 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 and here. We're just going to cut along these lines of our folds. set these aside. These are scraps. Okay, so now we're gonna take these edges and we're gonna fold in. And before we fold this side in, we're gonna put a little piece of tape right here to secure our envelope. Okay, so you can use tape, or if you just have glue, glue is fine too. So fold that in. Okay, and before we glue the bottom portion, we're just gonna do something to make a little small decorative detail. You can see how on a proper envelope, these edges are sort of tapered. So we're gonna cut the sides of these corners to make it a little fancier. So I'm just gonna take my scissors and we're just gonna cut like a small triangle at the top as well as the bottom along each of these corners. So you don't need to measure this, you can just use your eyes. It doesn't need to be perfect. Okay, so it's already looking a little high class. Okay, now we're gonna take the bottom part, fold it in. So we will either, again, use our glue or our double-sided tape to secure these edges. Okay, and your envelope is now finished. The next part is to just place your little tiger head on the top of the envelope. And you can see these little origami folds are just for that purpose, to sort of hook onto your envelope like that. Okay, or you can also secure it with some more tape. So I'm gonna just do that to secure it. Before we attach it though, we are going to make the drawing on the tiger face. So for this, you will need your marker or pen or pencil. And to make the tiger face, we will just draw 2 circles for the eyes. One here and one here. We will make 2 little half circles for the ears. You can color in the nose. And then I like to make these cute little chubby cheeks by drawing little half circles. So a small circle and then a bigger circle at the side. And we'll do the same on the other side of the face. Large half circle, small half circle. And then you can make these cute little furrowed brows by drawing a line in the middle. Just above the eyes. And then you can make 3 circles, starting from a small one in the center, a middle-sized one, and a larger circle at the top. And now you've got a cute little wrinkled forehead. And now I'm going to take that piece of tape to secure the head to the top of our envelope. And sometimes your tape is a hot struggle. Okay, so we take that, line up the folds of the tiger face, press it down, and then the very last thing we can do is we can make our cute little chubby paws at the bottom here by drawing just 2 half circles. And then 2 little lines for our little claws. And then in the center, you can leave that as it is, or if you like to write some little Happy New Year message or blessing, you can do that. So I'm just going to write Happy New Year. Okay, and there you go. There is your tiger envelope. You're all finished. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you guys all have a really great new year. Bye-bye.